Welcome back, guys, to Let's Talk About It. We are your lovely hosts, Gile
Oratile.
and Kuto. This podcast is basically three girls talking through life, thoughts, faith, memories, and all the weird ideas we think about at 2 a.m. Think of it as a group chat, but with microphones. Ura, how are you today?
I am super excited because we are all here together, filming for the first time all together. So I'm feeling really good. How are you doing?
I'm doing really great. I'm just a bit cold, but I'm doing otherwise really well. Kuto, how are you today?
I'm so excited for this podcast. The first podcast, all three of us are in the same episode in the same room. I'm super excited. I cannot wait.
Me too.
Awkward silence.
Okay, guys. Before we get into today's topic, we're gonna start with something really fun. Today we're playing Bob or Flop.
Okay.
So if you like it, it's a Bob, and if you don't, it's a Flop. Okay.
Okay.
And you have to defend your answer. Okay.
So it's rated pop or
Bob or Flop.
Bob or Flop.
Yeah. So you kind of have to give us context. Why do you feel it's a Bob or why you feel it's a Flop? Okay. Firstly, solo dates.
solo dates.
Yeah.
I
Is
feel
it a
like-
Bob or a Flop?
I feel like it can feel like a flop because you feel like you're sitting alone, but it's actually a Bob. I like sitting at a cafe, eating a meal, coffee, all on my own.
I'm gonna say
wait,
Bob.
it's a bob or
A Bob is like a yes. Like
Okay,
it's good.
okay.
Yeah.
no. I think start romanticizing going on dates alone. Like it's actually a really good way to learn more about yourself.
Yeah.
I think it's a bob.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Bob as
It's a
well.
bob.
Posting everything online.
A flop.
It's a flop.
I mean, how do you
It's a
keep
flop.
count of everything that you post? I mean, how do you remember every time to post everything that you're doing?
You know what I think? Like, there are certain things, like, I mean, it's amazing to have the memory, to have, like, you took a video of you doing this and that conversation with that person is, that's always nice. But I feel like it takes away of the intimacy of life. It's like the secret garden that, like, of your life. Not everyone knows that. And I feel like sometimes you can have those videos, but you don't have to post everything.
Yeah.
That's, I think, where for me, I'm gonna say it's a flop. And you?
I'm gonna say it's a flop because digital footprint, guys, is a nightmare. When it comes back, when the video comes back to haunt you, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be great at all. So I'm gonna say it's a flop. Okay. You said flop.
She said flop.
I said flop as well.
Okay. Soft launching your relationship.
Don't look at me like that.
No, because I know we have had a conversation about this,
Like, if we do Roman empires again, this is mine. Like, I love a good soft launch, and I feel like some people, they do like one soft launch and then it's like they just hard launch. Like, I feel like soft launch your relationship for a year. Like, let me try to figure out who this guy is for a year. For 6 months, let me obsess over your stories. Every single time you post, like, a hand and another hand, a jersey, wine. I'm like, who is this guy?
Kayla loves this, by the way.
I love soft launch. Like, I am a huge soft launcher. Like, I feel like I would soft launch my husband until he dies. You guys will see him on the obituary. Like, I love a soft launch. Worse if the guy isn't on internet. Okay, if he is, I usually figure out who he is. But yeah, I love a soft launch. It's a bob. Bob.
And for you?
It's a lot of work. So I'm gonna say flop.
Okay.
It's a lot of work because you have to be mindful when you post. And let's say like one of my friends posts a photo of me and him. Let's say
And
on
you're
like
panicking.
on a roller coaster, and then somebody takes like a 0.5, then it's me and him in the back, then it's released. Then it's like, I wish I was the first one to post it now. Then like everyone knows that.
No, it's there's strict rules to it. No one is posting this guy.
example, what I'm saying is it's happened before where in the background somebody was posting, let's say, a photo and you wasn't, like, I've seen myself in someone's post, but it was like they were taking a group photo but then I passed. And then it's you're in the background, you can see yourself, maybe not your full face, but you can see like half of your face there.
Yeah.
Then what?
No, but I mean, like, I feel like where you have control, take it.
Okay, I'm fair enough.
Obviously, now, if your friend did that by accident,
there's nothing you
at
can
the
really
same time,
do
your
about
friend is not actually careful. Why are they not checking who's in the
it.
back?
It's like you're supposed to
like,
zoom in
really,
the background.
like when I take photos, I'm like looking, because it's like, there's also nothing more worse than someone posting a story and you look horrible. You're looking at that story like, but why? That angle is not for me. So I feel like, okay.
Okay, it's happened before.
Alright, what do you think, Bob or flop?
For me, for me, it's a flop because
boring.
I don't like that. Not that I don't like it for myself.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I will be the person. Also, quote me on this. I don't think I'm gonna be the person who's gonna like really post online my life and like I already don't post. I'm so sorry. I probably should get better at that, but I don't post already. So for me, it'll be a flop because again, a lot of work and then like somebody ruins. It's like a lot of headache, and then I have to call my friend like, take it down.
It's a form of storytelling. Like, I get to narrate this thing to you.
Gila just likes the mystery. Also, if you do that,
but the thing is, like I don't just like me soft launching.
No, I was about to say.
Like, if you are soft launching, you better believe I'm on your story zooming in.
That's what I'm saying.
Memorizing.
Gila loves it.
I love a soft launch.
She loves it.
Like anyone, like not just for anyone who soft launches. I love you because I know you are purpose. You are purpose driven. You're not doing anything. Just every single thing. You know what it makes me realize about you if you still soft launch. Every single thing you post, you've thought about it. You've thought about like, if I post this, I want them to think this. Like, you are a mastermind, and I thank you. I love a soft launch.
Okay. Being a little delusional about your tunes.
Bob. Like, I feel like everyone has to be delusional about everything.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why. I went through a phase where I was like very realistic about everything. It killed the mood. So I feel like it's really good to like be delusional, especially about your dreams. Because when things start falling apart and you're just telling yourself this part of the story, it makes it easier to go through hard things.
Yeah.
For you?
I said Bob, definitely.
Why?
I feel same thing with Gila. It's like being a little delusional. I've heard a lot of successful people say that some of their dreams, they seemed so out of reach. A lot of people told them that they were even crazy to even think about that. But look at them. Look where they are because of just a little bit of delusion. It seemed a little crazy that you would even pursue something like that, but look where they are.
Yes. So, I agree, Pop.
1000%.
Definitely a Pop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going to therapy.
Bob.
Pop.
Bob,
I think.
1000%.
Is it Bob or Pop?
Bob.
Bob. Bob.
It's really important for us to
Bob.
be mentally okay.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like you never get to a point where you can.
You're perfect.
Yeah, and you can heal from an experience because we're human beings and we're constantly going through new seasons and new, like, yeah. I feel like every season you definitely need to understand the season you're going through, and if you can get a bit of help, then I think you should definitely. I think it's a real Bob.
Yeah.
Men or women.
I'm gonna say Bob as well. Like, you get to learn about yourself, how you respond to a lot of things, which could be useful in life. Setting boundaries, especially with family.
Bob. No explanation needed. Bob.
This is like Gila's favorite question. Maybe that's why she was the first one to
She's like
answer.
Bob.
Yeah, Bob.
I don't even
Like,
need to explain. Bob.
She couldn't even hope.
My favorite one was soft launching.
Before I could like, even finish the Bob. Yeah, it's everything Bob. Okay, like.
What about you guys?
Oh. For me, definitely a bob, but it's not an easy thing. We can just say bob, like yes, you should definitely do this, but it's not easy, guys. It's not easy. So
Yeah, Bob.
I'm gonna say bob.
Yeah, I agree.
Forgiving people who never apologize.
I think a Bob because I mean you need to move on. I think the only way to move on is to forgive. So Bob.
But it can feel sometimes hard. But yeah, I would also say bob.
It can feel like a flop, but it's a Bob. It feels like a flop, but
It's a bob.
It's a bob.
For you.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go bob as well. Growth being uncomfortable.
That one feels so like a flop,
Really,
but it is
does.
also a bob.
It is a Bob.
Because I feel like that's like growth and uncomfortability are like parallel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes on
And you, Ura?
Bob, 1000%. It's not great. It's terrible.
Sucks.
Yeah, feeling uncomfortable. It's like I just wanna be comfortable. I just wanna be okay. But yeah, that's the last one.
So guys, as you know, last week was our last What is Love segment. We closed it off with such a nice one. If you haven't seen that one, guys, please go check it out. But today we're starting a brand new series called Mental Check. This series is all about our thoughts, our minds, and the ideas that shape who we are. Sometimes we talk about things we don't normally say out loud, the questions we ask ourselves when we're alone, the thoughts that show up late at night, the things that make us reflect a little deeper. And today's topic is, who are we when no one is watching? Because I think sometimes it is easy to be a certain version of ourselves when people are around, with friends, family, even online. But the real question is, who are we when it is just us? When there's no audience, when there's no expectation, no pressure to perform. Who are you? Really? I think this one is going to be a very serious conversation. And we're so excited about this new series.
A little nervous.
And yeah, it's going to be an exciting one. We have so many surprises. But to start us off, Miss Kuta's gonna, take it away.
Well, I have a couple of questions for us. So are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those go.
Do you think the person we are when we're alone is our truest self? I know.
We all just went silent.
I told you, like, you need to lock in, because this is deep. I'm gonna say it one more time. Let it sink in. Do you think the person we are when we're alone is our truest self? And this has to be your own opinion, because you have to speak for yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna say yes.
Thank you, Kutu.
Just to make sure.
She's like, just to double down on that.
Yeah.
I think this one is a tough one because I want to say yes and no. Because I think, yes, when we're alone. Sorry, what's the question again? She asked it so many times. I started.
She's like, let me revise that. Let me say it again.
My goodness. Are you ready?
Yes.
Think the person we are when we are alone is our truest self. So when you are alone, do you think you're your truest self when you're alone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
yes,
how
I answered
basically
it right there.
phrase.
Yes, I think that is the truest version of yourself, because I think sometimes we edit ourselves based off the people we're around, you know, to fit in, to sound smart, to do
Match
it
the
right.
energy.
Match the energy, the vibe. But if you think about it, like, even when you did something that is so not you, when you're alone, you're like, oh, that wasn't me. Like, who was that girl? Like, I didn't like how I felt then. And maybe other people didn't see that because they don't know that true layer of yourself.
That's actually a very good answer.
I think for me is a absolute yes. When you're by yourself, you don't have to perform. You don't have to, match the energy. You don't have that pressure to always give. Show up. So I feel when I'm by myself, I can just really just be.
I think I can relate. I think both of your answers are like exactly what I also thought. Being by yourself is really, you don't have any form of influence. You are actually the most authentic because there's no one watching you. I think sometimes even good people, when they're watching you, you also, like what Atile said, you tend to perform because you want to also be a good person. But when no one is watching and no one is there, it's when you get to be really yourself and you are free. You have the freedom to be yourself. So I think definitely when you're by yourself, you can be wink, wink, nudge, nudge, the truest self. Okay. That was a spicy one. Let us know what you guys think. Okay, next one. How much of our behavior do you think is shaped by who is watching us? What Orakili was saying. What do you think?
A lot. I think, like, if I think about it, like, when you're with silly people, you're silly. Or a sillier version of yourself. When you're with really smart people, you try to be a bit more sophisticated. So I think, like, we are human beings. We are creatures of, like, groups. And everyone wants to feel like they belong to someone, some way, to a group of people, that we are all the same. We're all wearing black shirts and blue jeans, right? But like when you're alone, maybe you don't even like jeans. You don't even like the color black. But because you feel like you have to fit in, you sometimes like alter yourself to a version that the group would what's the word? Accept.
Approval of some sort.
Yes. So it does depend on who's around you and who's with you and who's paying attention.
Yeah, because it says how much of our behavior do you think is shaped by who is watching us? How much? And I think behavior is some form of, the level is based on influence. The way you behave around a certain group of people is most of the times on the influence that you have. If you are influenced by people who love books, then you tend to behave like them. I don't know, like you tend to, I don't know, if it's like every kind of group has its way of behaving. So why I chose books is like, like bookworms, they're always talking about like stories because they're always reading stories. So you tend to also come up with topics in your mind that involve what the people you spend a lot of time with to talk about. So I think definitely it does. How much? A lot. I think it's a lot. I can't actually describe the quantity, but I know it's a lot. I've seen it in myself, when I'm with a certain group of friends, because we always talk about a specific kind of topic or conversation. My behavior in that environment would be different to when I'm with my cousin and sister, because what we discuss isn't the same as what I would discuss with my friends. So that changes my behavior towards my friends and my family. So I think definitely it changes a lot, like every single day. I think in your day-to-day life, I don't know, maybe for some people it's consistent. What do you think, Laura?
I think, there's like that saying that you have to pick your friends wisely. Because you are your friends or I don't know, people you
Yeah.
associate yourself with. You pick up on their habits. You do like stuff that they do or
Yeah.
stuff that they like.
Yeah.
So I think that just shows you that you are who you surround yourself with.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so a lot of who you are. The question is,
It's
How much
how
of
much
yourself
of our behavior
is changed by the people who are around us.
yeah, for sure. It's like the people you're around
Yeah.
influence like
Yeah.
who you are as a person. So absolutely a lot. It matters a lot who you surround yourself with.
Yeah. And going on, I mean, this is like, it feels like the questions are like a slice of cake. Like the more we go down into the questions, the deeper we go into the slice of cake. But anyways,
No, I'm not gonna laugh.
private joke, wink wink, nudge nudge. And shout out to my mom. Do you think social?
That was not even in my mind.
Okay, lock in. Do you think social media has made it harder for people to know who they really are?
I think not just who they are, but also what they want. Because I feel like even as someone who puts out content, you know, like this is curated. You know what I mean? Like the conversation that the stuff we're saying, we've thought about this. We've written a script, you know, we've planned how we want this to go. We've planned the shot. We've planned this whole thing. And I think when someone looks at this and is like, oh, look at how they just matched their jeans, you know, and their shirts, and like, wow, what a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. And we've worked hard for it to look like this. And I think all over the world, there are so many influencers and content creators who are planning their shots with their partners to look romantic, to look adventurous, to look fun. Like you take Coachella for example, there were people who were saying like Coachella is literally designed for it to look fun on the camera. If you were actually there, it's not as fun as what they made it out to look like. So I think, yes, people, they sit and they consume this fake identity over and over, this brand, this marketing strategy that someone thought about, curated, planned, and made it to look out the way it does over and over and over and over again. And you sit at home with yourself, and you look at yourself, you're like, I'm not as skinny as she is. You don't know she's, you know, touched the photo and chose the angles to make her look like that. And I think people go out and they look at that and they point the finger at themselves and say like, I'm a loser, I'm not doing good enough, I'm not as adventurous, or I'm not looking enough like so and so. So I think, yeah, social media really changes so much of what people think they want, who they are, that I almost wanna like encourage, but also to say like, you need to stop and like be alone. Ask yourself, who am I and what do I want alone? Outside of social media, outside of my friends, outside the people in my life. That's where you get the true reflection of who you are. When no one is watching, when no one knows what's going on in the dark, dingy corners of your house, is where you figure out who the person in the mirror is. Thank you. Ura?
What do you have to say? Do you think social media... Right.
From Demon Hunters? Okay,
Alright. Oratile, do you think social media has made it harder for people to know who they really are? And why, of course?
Are we talking like in the context of
Consumer?
a consumer or like
a creator?
A creator.
I think
It's
can be
open
both,
to, it's
right?
open to interpretation. Yeah.
I think it could be both, but I think maybe we can focus more as a consumer.
Consumer, because
As a consumer. because I
Okay.
feel like, I mean, yeah, it can be they are creators.
No,
Because,
it's open to interpretation.
let's
We
make
can
it
answer both.
Yeah, but I think as a consumer, okay, let's do both. Sorry.
Okay, I think it has an effect. Definitely. Because okay, let me take it from a consumer point of view. If you're continuously using other people's measuring rods of what success looks like, or what would you say, beauty standards should be.
Contentment.
Yeah. What for you to fully feel whole within yourself, what it should look like or what it should be like. I think it can really have such a big effect on the sense of self. You don't ever get a time to really reflect. So without reflection, you can't really know yourself or spend time, because a lot of people recommend like journaling, and because it's the only time when you get to talk to basically yourself. It's like you're saying, oh, like dear diary or something, but you're actually talking to yourself and explaining your day and things that you like, things that you didn't like, how that made you feel, and that way you're learning about yourself essentially. So
And you can even reflect.
yeah, but when we're on the internet and using everybody else's measuring rods and of what success looks like, or we're so critical of ourselves, we don't get the time to actually know ourselves and appreciate the things that we have done, or it hinders you a lot. So I'll just say, yeah.
Sure, that was a very good answer, I have to say. I think definitely, like we said, depending on the kind of group you surround yourself with, you get influenced by them. And I think the same with social media. The kind of people you follow can influence how you behave, negatively or positively. And I think especially when you spend a lot of time on social media. I mean, nowadays we wake up, we're on social media, we eat, we're on social media, we are at a restaurant waiting for a friend or someone, we're on social media. So social media has a big space in our free time, in the time we're supposed to be working. Like it has a huge space in our lives where it is influencing us in some way. Others good and others bad. And I definitely do think it makes it harder for people these days to actually like get influenced by something they can read more than what they've seen on social media. And yeah, I think it does reflect, I mean affect, not reflect, but yeah, it can reflect, yeah, it can affect you. Sorry. I just thought about it the way I wanted to put it, which word would work better, but it definitely does affect you a lot because you spend so much time on social media, and you end up behaving or picking up tendencies from people you've seen. Yeah, it's like when the year YouTube actually started to boom, and then you're like following like 500 people and you just subscribe, you turn on all those notifications, and you spend so much time on YouTube. You also thought maybe you could be a YouTuber or something like that. So I think that's where my fault. No, but listen, I'm trying to ask you. We're talking about social media, and I'm thinking.
No, in what context are we talking about social media? We're not just talking about social media
but,
here.
No, but I mean, like, many people were influenced to want to start YouTube. Okay.
We
How is social media affecting the self? It
does.
yourself.
It does because you also start believing you could be a content creator. Because
No. I'm saying I wanted to just say like we were not necessarily there. I don't think none of us were on
That's
social
why
media when
I'm
YouTube started. So we can't
I
really
said when
speak for
YouTube-
those people.
I said when YouTube boomed. And it was in 2016. I said it was 2014.
I don't even know. That's the thing.
Okay, just scratch that.
How old were you in 2014?
Exactly. That's the question we should have asked.
Girl, we were
weren't on
young.
YouTube
We
in
were
2014.
young. 2014
We
I
were
was 8.
babies.
We were watching 5 Minute Craft.
At 8 years old.
We started
We were
watching
not even
5 Minute Craft in 2020.
No.
If anything, 2019 maybe, but like not
Yeah,
that
we
early.
weren't watching
When
YouTube
was
in
YouTube
2014.
released?
We're going to check that later.
But use
Go
another
on.
use
Okay.
another
Yeah,
example.
But you guys.
No, you weren't.
Girl,
you weren't
no.
on YouTube. In
I don't even
2014.
think people who are watching this were
None of
on
us.
YouTube.
We're in YouTube.
If
on
we're
YouTube
not
in
there,
2014.
nobody was on YouTube.
There are maybe someone, maybe he was there. But let's not speak for other people. But we were.
We were on
when it
YouTube.
boomed.
Girl,
It
were you
doesn't
there
matter,
when
we
it
weren't
boomed?
there.
She wasn't even
We
there when
weren't
it
there.
boomed.
Don't talk like you were there. You weren't there.
Just
We
accept.
didn't even have
Accept.
phones in 2014.
Okay, guys. Sorry. Moving on. Wait. Okay. I just got
Guys,
jumped.
we've talked
I
about
just
this,
got
by the way.
jumped.
We've
No.
been telling her to stop with her analogies, stop with her stories.
We had a team meeting
We've
about
had a conversation about
Oh
this.
my
But okay,
days.
go
Guys,
on.
this one was us going somewhere.
No, that's fine. Ask
Don't
your
get
question. Ask the next
You know what, guys?
question.
If the viewers want to know what it is, next episode I'm going to explain to them. You must tell me. Okay.
No
When
one's
we're-
gonna say anything, but okay.
Alright. Yes. Yes. Okay. When you're completely alone, what kind of thoughts or habits show up that people might not see?
Thoughts and habits.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like, in terms of thoughts, it is a very tough time to be alone. Like, in the sense of, like, I feel sometimes when you're alone, it's taken as a time to be self-critical, where you, like, you look back at, you're like, I shouldn't have said that, I shouldn't have done that, why did I tell that person that thing, why didn't I say this, why am I doing this, you know what I mean? Like, I feel it's really a time to, like, consolidate or reflect, as much as it's, like, really a critical time, well, for me personally. And in terms of behaviors, like, I don't know, I feel like when I'm alone, I do stuff that I don't think people would judge me. Like, if I spill water on the ground, I wipe it with a sock. Like, I really just am free. Don't look at me with your judgy eyes. I'm being honest and vulnerable. That you just do stuff that you feel like, I'm alone. Who's gonna care? I'm doing what I think is right. And when I'm alone, sometimes it's also a place where I can be like, okay, maybe don't wipe that water with a sock. Like, be a better person for you. You understand what I'm saying? Because no one else is there.
Okay, BTW. It
No,
wasn't water,
guys.
It was tomato sauce.
No, you were there, so I wasn't alone. I'm telling when I'm alone. Oratile?
What?
Oratile, what do you think? What are the thoughts and behaviors that are popping out when you're alone? Right.
If we're talking me personally,
Wait,
I-
is this question supposed to expose you?
I feel
Take
like
it-
it's very
it's open to
exposing.
it.
Yeah,
Interpretation.
about that.
No, you don't have to expose yourself. But please do.
It's like, let me just tell everybody
No,
my
I'm
thing.
joking.
I will say we overthink a lot. Like Kayla said, it's either you're sitting and you're criticizing yourself a lot of what you should have done when you were with people. So
Yeah.
you're sitting there like, I
Yeah.
should have. I should have said this. I should have not done that or something like that. But when we're alone, it's either we're trying to regulate ourselves again. So you're like resetting yourself, preparing yourself to be in people again, which is kind of crazy because you're supposed to be by yourself and like really have the moment to yourself. Stop kicking me. I'm trying to yourself. I'm like sitting here, I'm like, it's okay.
She's like,
it's okay.
Yourself. Stop kicking me.
I'm trying to be
massaging her with my foot.
I don't want massage. I'm like, I'm trying to be okay with this. That she's touching me with her foot. That she wipes water with.
I didn't say now.
We don't know. But anyway, I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't even know what I said last. But yeah.
I think you did well.
Thank you.
I think you were distracted. Like you were on a roll.
Yeah, I feel like I was saying something important.
You were gonna come to something that was gonna nail it.
Revolutionary.
So I feel like you were gonna nail it, but I liked what you already were saying.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you clapped it. But anyways, I think in thoughts, what they said, obviously, I agree. But I want to bring a different point of view, which will go to jungles, nothing like that. What I want to say with thoughts is, sometimes also it's like a moment for you to, like not only reflect, but also to dream. Like, I also sometimes when I'm alone, it's an opportunity not only to reflect but to also dream, because now I can think about all the kinds of things I would like to do. So also I feel like when I'm alone, that's when I actually get to dream clearly. I can actually hear and see my thoughts. Then when I'm with a group of people, I have to be present and I have to listen. So yeah, I think it's like good and bad, where you are like criticizing yourself, like, oh, I should improve on this and that, but also it's like, I want to be there, I want to do this and I want to do that. But in terms of habits, I feel like when I'm alone, I also feel like I'm very...
You're mopping stuff with yourself.
No, I don't do that. I feel like...
No, go on.
When I'm alone with my habit, right, like my habits when I'm alone, it's like, I don't know, I like to experiment on ways to do things better. Like I like to challenge myself when I'm alone, like how quickly can I make my bed, or it's like weird habits that my everyday habits I try to change, but it's like I challenge myself when I'm alone because no one will interrupt me. Like I feel like when somebody's there, I have to like be conscious, like can't be weird now. Like I feel like I can be weird and try to
your judgment.
Yeah, like I feel like when I'm alone, I can try things that are weird in my daily life. Yeah. That no one is there to actually criticize
and
me.
Ask you like, what are
like,
you
why are you telling yourself making your bed?
But I feel like, okay, wait, I'm just thinking about this.
I feel like it's a real thing. Like I tend to question, like you know, in the army, they be like, let's see how fast you can make your bed or something like that. I always think in the army. Like,
but I feel like when you think about it, what actually is the toughest thing about having people watching you? Well, not even watching you, but with people around you.
Making mistakes. That's why I say, for example, I used the example of making the bed, but the habit is you want to improve certain things that when you're around people, you don't make mistakes. I don't know if that makes sense. Like you better yourself so that you don't flop. Because making a mistake in front of people don't forget. People don't forget. But you see, when you're alone, you make a mistake, you're the only one who knows about that mistake. It's easier to recover alone than with 5 people who witnessed what you've done. I mean, you can't erase that. It happened.
What about you, Ura?
I don't know.
No, I totally agree, except I don't time myself. But I do.
Not specifically. I'm saying the question is like, what for you is the toughest thing about being watched?
Ah, man.
The toughest thing about being watched is the criticism.
Yeah.
I feel similar to what Kuto was saying. When people are watching you, it feels like you're under a microscope. You gotta be perfect. Like what we were all saying, you gotta perform essentially when you're with people, because it feels they will judge you or look at you in a different way. So
I also feel like
yeah.
also the expectation to be amazing, because I feel sometimes it's not about the mistake, but it's like you feel like you're average in comparison to someone else, even though no one is criticizing you, but the expectation to be above average, to be amazing, to, like, you know, when you're standing with a group of people and everyone is like so amazing and you're like, the expectation to be good, like to be like, I can't just be the weird normal person, like everyone here is extraordinary, and that expectation where it's like no one's criticizing you, but there's an expectation of who you're supposed to be in that room. I think sometimes that can be very difficult.
But moving on, do you think integrity is defined by who we are when no one is watching? I want to answer. I want to say yes, because I feel integrity has nothing to do with everyone but yourself. You know, actually, integrity is based, and I think, on you. Can I say that? Based on you? Like, it has nothing to do with what other people say or think of you, but it has everything to do with what you're doing behind closed doors. Like, if, for example, I have the opportunity, I'm in high school, BTW, and you write a lot of tests. You know, when you're in school, you write a lot of tests. You are always being tested, right? And integrity is that thing where you can cheat. You can cheat. You can lie. You can copy someone's answers or whatever. But integrity means knowing what's right and doing it without being asked to do it, without anybody having to put a law on you to say, listen, you're not allowed to cheat. No, you know you're not allowed to cheat. So integrity is always doing what is right without anyone watching you, without anyone knowing what you're doing, and without anyone telling you. I think that's not.
You already said that one.
Yeah.
Just without anyone.
Yeah, that's nothing
it's
to do
based
with anyone.
on your
I want to
morality.
say that it has everything to do with what you believe is right and doing what is right. Yeah.
I want to say it's further than just integrity. I want to say stuff like your morals, your character, your dreams, goals, integrity. All of that, if I think about it, is built in that place where you are alone. Because I think when you're with other people, people can sometimes challenge those ideas, like what do you think is right? Do you think that if you find like this happened to me, where I had my wallet went missing and someone found it and they DM'd me and was like, here's your wallet, and then I got it back, and it's like, it's that guy's integrity. I didn't even know my wallet was missing. He could have kept it and, you know, did whatever with it, and I wouldn't have known until way later on. So I feel like integrity, all of those stuff is built on, we only see the actions of it, and someone can challenge his morality and integrity to be like, oh, you didn't have to, like, that person doesn't owe you anything and whatnot. But it's like, those things are built when you're alone. Like, no, me as Kilawile Matstella, I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and because I believe then I am a person of integrity, loyal, this, and then when you move, it starts to become like this operating system of, like, when you present yourself in the world, you are emulating these things, these structures you've built within you. I can't see them, but I can see the work you've done when you were alone. And it's like, have you ever met someone and you're like, this person has done so much self-work. Like you can see they've done the journals, they've done the therapist. Like you can even see when they're dealing with something that used to be like maybe they had anger issues. You can see them physically doing the steps, walking outside and saying, I'm gonna take a deep breath, I'm gonna count, I'm not gonna speak before. Like you can physically see them counting out the steps. It's like, oh, I take my hats off for you because you've done the work alone. I'm just seeing the structures you've built, but you've done the work alone.
Sure.
Alrighty.
That was nicely said.
That was. What was the question again?
It says, do you think integrity is defined by who we are when no one is watching?
Yeah, I think you just said it so perfectly. I don't even know if I have something to add, but
And then proceeds to add.
I'm not gonna add. I'm literally just gonna repeat what she's saying, what she said. Our own morals that we build with ourselves allow us to go out the world and be able to stand firm with our decisions and not fall for peer pressure and being a follower. I think there's a saying, I heard it from Miley Cyrus and her mom on their podcast. I think they said, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for everything.
Wow.
So
I just knew that
I
one.
feel so left out.
no, I heard it from them and I was like, that is
It's in the
amazing.
song as well.
Really.
Yeah, let me try to remember what song. I'm gonna get it now.
Because I was really thrown like aback. That was something that was really, it stood with me. Because it's true, if you don't have something that you stand for, and whatever people say, you will go with it. If people say do this, you will do it. If people say we're going to rob a house, you're like, fine, let's go do it. Where do your morals stand? So when you stand for something, you can't fall for everything. So.
I think it's what doesn't kill you makes. I'm pretty sure it
You
is.
were not logged in for so long. Was that?
I think it's in that song. I'm gonna check it out. But that's all the time we have for today. I'm so sorry.
Oratile, ne? You're busy talking, right? This girl proceeds to think outside the box, right? Outside the box. She gets back into it. Like inside
You
the
were
box.
talking and because when you said the quote, I said to Kuto, it's in the song.
No, I heard you say that.
And
but
then
I'm
as
like,
you were speaking, I'm trying to sing the song in my head, right? So then I'm like, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I'm like, I think it's in that song.
Yeah, she proceeds to kind of like recall
Where's
as
the
you're
song?
speaking.
As you're talking.
and then
I'm so sorry.
I don't even feel like it's in that song. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't think it's in that song.
It's definitely.
I'm gonna
not.
find the
not.
song though.
it's not.
I'm
It's
gonna
not,
find the song.
it's not.
Okay, well that's the time we have for today. But before we go, in this
Segment.
mental check, we're gonna end it off with, please, you take a moment to ask yourself, maybe when you journal, if you're not a journaler, that can be also something, but if you're listening to this, when is this done, ask yourself, talk to yourself. That is also a very
Date
healthy thing.
yourself.
But who am I when no one is watching? And am I proud of that person? Those are your questions for the week. We're also gonna think about that. But thank you guys so much for listening. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and send this episode to the incredible people in your life. Thank you so much for tuning into yet another episode of Let's Talk About It. Until next time, bye!
Bye!
Bye!